good evening everyone, welcome back to the Driver's Room. You join me again, CP Racing, Craig Pierce, for DRFS, Driver's Room Festival of Speed, Tier 1. And we are today, as you can see, at Willow Springs International Raceway here in the United States. So let's head on down to the grid and we'll see how the guys got on during qualifying on this extremely tricky and, in my view, hateful racetrack. It wants to kill you at every point. Let's see who survived and who didn't during qualifying. On pole, we've got Flapjack. He's running Super Softs. In second for Retro Racing, we've got Lex, also on Super Softs. In third, we've got MS Too Fast for You for Wrecking Ball Racing, running Super Softs. In fourth, we've got GB Oldman. He's running Super Softs. In fifth, we've got Ty running Super Softs. In sixth, we've got GTO running Super Softs. In seventh, we've got Vlav running Super Softs. In eighth, we've got Murkoff on Super Softs. Ninth, we've got John Willamigan. He's running Super Softs. And in 10th, we've got Pagal running Super Softs. That's your grid, a little bit smaller than normal, just 10 races today for round 3. Let's head on down to the front, see how they get on as they head down to turn 1. You hear the revs starting to build from the cars now as they're waiting for the lights to go green. And they're away. Decent start from Flapjack. A fantastic start from Lex up the inside. MS is trying to put Flapjack under trouble. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Ty's also got, Ty's also got a good run there. He was looking up the inside of MS. Flapjack seemed to be able to cover him off there. So MS now under pressure from Ty, going through turns 2 into turns 3. The rabbits here. Some fantastic little names for the corners on this track as Lex leads them through turn 4, known as the balcony, and head on down to turn 5 and 6 on the downhill. This track, this race essentially is all about keeping this car on the track. You get over on this sand, it's a long way back to the track when the car decides it finally wants to stop. Obviously the two Sandit Racing guys running side by side, they don't really want to be bouncing off each other. You're on the same team, guys. Flav takes the 6th position, nearly puts GTO off the track. We've already got a yellow flag. Where is that? That is behind us. Oh, what's happened to MS? We'll have to hop back and see. He must have dropped it going through turn 9 through the sweep of the final big bend. Let's go back and take a look. So we'll jump on board with Michael here now as he heads down to, this is turn 7. It's not really a turn, the wings leg. We're heading into the sweeper now. He's taking quite a tight line. He's just heading it out to widen his entrance in. Car looks like it wants to turn. Oh, car just gets massively upset. He takes a little bit too much. There's a dip there. Oh, he slides. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a. If you slide backwards into the pits, it spits you back out in the middle of the start finish straight. So Michael's got a lot to do now. Down in 10th. He's really on the back foot. We jump back up the front now. As Lex is leading Flapjack up towards through turn 3, up towards turn 4, the balcony. Flapjack's not letting him go. Flapjack's doing a very nice job of keeping Lex honest here. We know Lex is a quick driver. He won a lot, and if I remember right, he won a few races in the F1500, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, gents, as I'm sure you will in the comments. But Lex is trying to put a marker down early here and break away from Flapjack. See a bit of front tyre wear starting to kick in already. Slight bit on that back left as Lex takes a big chunk of the inside. He's also going to go well off track, just about misses the pits there. So he's dropped back behind Flapjack but managed to keep momentum. So that's going to save him now. from dropping way down like Michael, missing the pits and able to get away. Obviously Oldman in third, then you got Ty being followed very closely by GTO and Flaps. These two really need to work together. They've been battling most of the time when we've been looking at them, and they're the same team, so all they're doing is hurting themselves and the team at this point. They need to get working to get right up behind Ty and get past. Maybe GTO, oh sorry, maybe Vlab is the slightly faster driver at the minute. GTO seems to be breaking away a little bit now from Vlab, so we'll see. John Willemegan with the wipers going in. He must be trying to get rid of the dust being kicked up by the cars in front. This track is slightly dusty. Murkoff in 8th, Pagal in 9th, and we've got Michael in 10th. Oh, Flapjack's broke out a little bit of a gap now thanks to Lex's off-track excursion on the last lap. Lex is going to have a lot of work to do now to try and catch up. He's just basically got to punch in the laps while the tyres are still there. Oldman's starting to come under a little bit of pressure from behind, but he does have his teammate there, Ty, who is acting like a bit of a rear gunner. He can hold off the two Send It racing cars behind. I mean, this at the minute is a great result for Retro Racing cars in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. It would be a good points haul for the team from this round if they can stay that way. Or maybe even get a 1, 2, 3 podium finish for all three. We never know. So we'll just run through the whole grid order now as the cars have settled down a little bit into a race order. So we got Flapjack now up at the lead after losing it off the line to Lex. Lex's mistake on lap 2 left Flapjack back through. So Flapjack's just trying to increase the pace now. See, he's consecutive fastest laps down 2nd, 3rd and 4th lap. Flapjack really picking the pace up now, trying to leave Lex behind. He's just over half a second faster that lap than him. So Lex in 2nd, trying to recover from his mistake on lap 2. His teammate GPM Oldman in 3rd. GTO has now got past Ty and is up into 4th. So Ty has dropped down to 5th. Vlad is really pressured Ty now to try and get past him. Murkoff is up to 7th. John Willemegan dropped to 8th. We got MS is now up to 9th. He's got past Pagal, who's now down in 10th. We see Flapjack coming round the sweeper. We'll hop on board with Flapjack for this lap and see how he's tackling Big Willow. Hopefully we don't give him the commentator's curse and cause him to have an accident now riding on board with him. As he breaks down about 70 meters there, brakes, flicks it down 2 gears, up into 5th as he heads on down to turn 2. Around the rabbit's ear, just balancing the throttle, carrying a lot of speed through and out of the exit. Down 2 gears now as he goes through turn 3. Into the balcony of turn 4. And now he comes down to turn 5 and 6, the downhill section. Just clipping the curb on the inside, helping rotate the car. Now stretching the NSX's legs down the back straight of the wings leg, heading down towards the sweeper. Another corner, you just have to find the car's balance. Too slow and you'll lose a lot of time. Too fast you'll end up over in the gravel, but Flapjack takes it lovely. Slightly slower this time, but his tyre wear is now starting to kick in. Well, those tyres are slightly better condition than Lex, although Lex had his incident, so you would have taken a bit of extra life out of him sliding across the gravel. As you see, his tyres even there compared to Ullman behind him in another retro racing car is worse. GTO now trying to chase after Ullman in third. He really needs for his teammate Ty to close up on his teammate Vlad to close up on the back of Ty, just to give Ty some look at in his mirror and stop him from hunting down himself. Bit of liquid there. It's very hot here today. Very dry in the comedy box in the desert. They've settled into quite a settled pace now, I was going to say. All the gaps are kind of stationary here at the moment as we're approaching the 10-minute mark. Although the pit lane's very short here at Willow Springs, I only expect to see a one stop from all of them around about halfway. This is the big train forming now behind, I was going to say behind Ullman, but GTO has got ahead of Ullman. Nearly drops it through turn 3. That's going to send him down a few places. Let's jump back and see where GTO got past Ullman. So we join him now as they're heading down towards the final turn, the sweeper. And he's kind of a lot more speed than Ullman there, GTO. He's caught right up to the back of him. Firmly tucked in the slipstream now. He's just going to dart out to the left and take the inside line for turn 1. That he does, just slightly outbrakes Ullman. Perfectly executed and clean pass by GTO there. That's GTO up into third. So that's how GTO managed to find himself in third spot. Lovely move. All started on the final corner and executed into turn 1. That's great planning by GTO there. A lot of people try to plan moves as they're heading into a corner, but as we hear a lot of tyres squeal behind. Flavis now up to 4th, MS up to 5th. He's flying. Who else has gone off? Oh, Ty has gone off. Let's have a look what happened to Ty. Probably just too much speed into the sweeper. We join Ty on board now. He's just coming through the wings leg, heading down towards the sweeper. He's got the car absolutely pinned and he's not lifting. Oh, he lifted way too late there. Oh, rear damage somehow from hitting the front, but full engine damage as well. That's gonna hurt very badly for Ty. He is gonna end up at the back of the field because that car isn't gonna want to go anywhere for a few seconds yet. Very sensible staying off the racing line. Good sportsmanship there from Ty. As we're back with the action, you can see Ty's damage has gone and he'll work to get himself back up to speed and try and climb back up the table. Whereas this man has checked out. Flapjack is now 8.285 seconds ahead of Lex. Some of that will be down to Lex's mistake, but most of it will be down to the... Oops, sorry, I hopped way out of the thing there. Most of it will be down to that consistent block of laps there. Look, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 110, 111 as he'll be starting to feel the tyre wear now and also know the gap he has, so he can just back off slightly. He doesn't need to be pushing it full throttle. He's got an 8-second gap, so he can just manage the gap now. Until he reaches his pit stop phase. Looking at the field, they might need to take a splash on. We've got 4 minutes until halfway, so they might need to take a splash of fuel. It is a very high circuit speed here, and we got somebody else is off the track. See if we can see who it is. Oh, I think it was Ty again. Yeah, rear damage for Ty, so Ty's dropped it again. Going through the rabbits here. Ty's not having fun here at Big Willow, but yeah, I don't blame him. I didn't enter this race in Tier 2 because I generally despise this track. What a comeback here from MS. I mean, MS was down in last place from lap 1. Now he's challenging for 3rd. And we see Ty going into the pits, Parkall's going into the pits, maybe slightly early unless they change maybe to the softs if they feel Tyres will do 15 minutes. And oh, we see Michael has dropped it, coming up to the balcony. Oh, such a shame, such a recovery drive he did. He's have to do it all over again. John Willimegan and Murkoff are now through. John harassing that Sega car of Murkoff ahead of him. Oh, we see somebody in the background again. Oh, it's Michael again. Michael's really having a horrid lap this time out. Now he's got damaged front and damaged left. Left front tyre as well. Wheel, sorry. He's really in the walls now. We see Murkoff's going to dive in. Probably going to see Michael dive in after the lap he's had. Yeah, in he comes. I mean, he had two choices: come in the pits or try and rough out another lap and get a little bit of consistency, try and gap the two guys behind. But they're gonna pass him now, going down the main straight. And we see Michael's just gonna come out around them. Kind of stretched out now at the minute. The Flapjack in first, a long way out. He's going to be looking to come in probably this time round. Lex as well. Look at that front left of Lex. Oof, that is nasty. GTO is heading in, so is Flap. Both Senate Racing guys heading into the pits. John Willimegan is also heading in. Murkoff has already been in, so he will be racing for position on some of these guys. He's back ahead of John Willimegan anyway. Parkall is in 7th, and then you got Ty and Michael MS behind. That's what I was saying earlier. Big Willow is just an unforgiving track. You can be thinking you're in a safe place in a good spot, and bam! You, sir, are going to the back of the field. We see Flapjack and his Pegasus pit crew getting to work. And Eddie comes still with a good lead as we see Lex now also going in. GTO could get the undercut here if he gets a great exit out of the sweep, but then was that finish straight. He could jump Lex here. It's going to be very tight now. Just see Lex exiting the pits ahead, although he's made up a lot of ground on him there. Flav just come out into clear air, so he's going to start trying to bump in some lap times. Murkoff up in the 5th after the pit stops. So good round of pit stops from Murkoff there. Especially the undercut over John Willimegan. He's well ahead of him here now. And you go, oh, Ty just loses it coming out of turn 1 down towards turn 2. We'll jump back and see what happened there. So a bubble Ty as he enters into turn 1. Couple of stabs at the steering and just runs it completely wide. Tries to rejoin the track, but then spins out again. Lucky there, he didn't take out anyone behind him. Maybe he should have just, instead of trying to power her back onto the track, just gently brought her back, but I seem the time on comments well. Big Willow is just a nightmare. Flapjack now with a fresh rubber on. He's just going to be looking to break away and extend his lead now. Oh, look at that after the pit stops. He's now 16 seconds ahead of Lex. I mean, this is looking like a foregone conclusion out the front. And as we look around the whole field there, everybody is spaced out. We're pretty much not going to see any action here, but we'll run through the grid order after the pit stop. So Flapjack in first. He's currently on a purple lap. Got Lex in second. He does have GCO catching slightly in third. Flav in fourth, trying to keep up both of them. Then we've got Murkoff in fifth. Great. And we got John Mulligan in sixth. Pagal Raja in seventh. MS in eighth. And we've got Ty rejoining the track again after another spin. And we have lost somebody. Who have we lost? Let's take a quick run through again there. Just see who we've lost. We've got Flapjack, Lex, GTO, Flav, Murkoff, John Mulligan, Pagal, MS, and Ty. Oldman, we have lost GBM Oldman. He has retired the car for the session. So we'll hop forward a little bit there. We're on to the 25th minute now. Everyone is still in the same order they were. Apart from we have lost another driver. We have lost Ty, who eventually threw in the towel after struggling. So Flapjack is still in the lead, still holding the fastest lap at the 109.812. We have Lex in a distant but lonely second. GTO in third with his teammate behind him in fourth. Murkoff in fifth, being hunted down by John Mulligan. And then we've got Michael MS Too Fast For You in seventh. And then Pagal just ahead of Ty. Oh, we haven't lost Ty, sorry. I just had it clicked down far enough. I apologize, Ty. I just called you a quitter and you didn't. So now we're just in the final stages of the race. Unfortunately, Big Willow's one of those tracks where if you don't have a lot of cars and a few of them have incidents, it's gonna spread the field out very quickly, and that's what's happened here today. But make no mistake, the guys at the front, the guys at the front have run extremely well. Flapjack well out in the lead now. See what his actual gap is now. Remember, it was 16 seconds after the pit stops. It's down to 13, so Lex has hauled him in a little bit, but with the amount of time left, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna get caught here now. So Flapjack looking set for the win as we go into the final 2 minutes. We'll have 2 more laps after this. Lex in a very comfortable third. We've got Flav leading his teammate GTO. I wonder if they've had team orders now just to hold position. You are not racing each other anymore. The old multi-21. Murkoff, a very strong performance in 5th today. He shot up the field early on and then has just managed to hold himself there. John William having a good showing in the Honey Badger car. Livery still hurts my eyes. So bright, even in the dark of the Willow Springs. It still seems to light up around it, that car. We got Michael. He's had a very eventful race. He ended up at the back early on, got up into 5th, and then unceremoniously threw himself off the track a couple more times to drop himself back down the order. Ty has had a horrid race here today. Quite a few excursions. And now he's got literally dead tires and not a lot of fuel, so he'll be happy to see the 30-minute mark, which will be coming up shortly. You got Pagal now being caught by Flapjack. I just see a nice power slide from Pagal through the left-hander there. Oh, what a gentleman Pagal is there. Just pulls over to the side, backs off a little bit to let Flapjack through. Perfect racing there from our Indian compadre. Compatriot. Is that what I'm looking for? I'm not sure. So Flapjack's going to come across the line. He's going to have one more lap to go. Lex is coming round the sweeper, down onto the start-finish straight. This is going to be the end of Lex's lap race. I can't talk today. It's terrible. But a great second there for Lex. Some trouble early on, but managed to hold position and just bring the car home. Flab with a very good, well-fought 3rd place. Murkoff is now in 4th. GTO has dropped down to 5th, so GTO had a mistake somewhere on the lap. We'll take a look and see if we can see that. Satya on the previous lap here, so he's coming around turn 4, the balcony. Car gets turned in nicely to the apex, but just seems to floor it, which causes an understeer. Forces him out wide, gets that rear tyre onto the gravel, and round she goes. And this is exactly what I mean about Big Willow. Look how hard it hits for him to try and get that car back on track and under control. Loses all his time to Murkoff here. See Murkoff sweeps around the outside. Such a nightmare. They were having a good run there. Oh, what happened to John there? Take a back look at that. Did he get caught out by GTO there? I think maybe he got distracted by GTO. GTO was still ghosted, so John could have gone for the apex, but probably scared he would unghost in front of him. Shame for both drivers there. So see Vlav coming home in 3rd then for Senate Racing. Murkoff is going to come home in 4th. Great result from Murkoff, a very steady drive. As I said at the start of the race, he kept it on the black stuff, so that served Murkoff well. He started off way down the order, down in 8th, up to 4th by the end. GTO, after his mistake there, has dropped him down to 5th. John Mulligan coming home in 6th. We got MS Michael coming round the sweeper now for 7th, and Ty is slowly coming round the sweeper for 8th. But Flapjack is going to be a lap ahead of everyone as he comes down to start finish straight to take the win in round 3.